particular model, the 5 R's of reflection, there are 5 different stages, and each one is going to look at a different aspect or a different point of reflection. So by thinking about all of these 5 stages individually, you're going to be able to then pull out the essential aspects of reflection, and it's going to help you to engage upon or gauge within reflection to the most effective way possible that is going to really enhance your experience. This is especially essential model when it comes to reflective writing within learning. So first, we're going to look at the 5 stages. It's reporting. This is just looking at the experience itself, what happened. The responding, which is going to be what really happened, what did you observe, your feelings and thoughts. Relating. This is going to look at the knowledge and skills. Reasoning. Anything that is going to be related to that experience that can explain it like a theory. And then reconstructing. This is part of that planning future so that you can see how you would handle the situation in a different context. Reporting. This is where you're going to just look at the experience. It's going to be what, when, where, and then you're also going to look at who was involved. This is that description of the experience and the key elements of the situation that really helped you to communicate and to look at the experience. You want to describe it with enough details that the reader would be able to reconstruct it as much as possible. Ask yourself what happened, what were the key parts of the situation, who was involved, and what did you do? What were your actions? Responding. This is where you're going to look at your response to the situation. Maybe it is actual observations. It could be your actions involved. It could be your thoughts, feelings, emotions. So you want to provide as much information as possible with your personal response. It's going to be your feelings and thoughts about the experience, as well as the observations and any other questions that you may have that arose during that situation or during your experience. Next, ask yourself, what happened that made me feel this way? What did I think? And why did it make me think and feel this way? So we want to look at relating. This is where you're going to relate your experience of this situation with your knowledge and skills that you had coming into the experience. So you want to look at how this situation has related to your knowledge and past experiences that you've had. You're going to make connections between past experiences, skills you've acquired, knowledge you have, and maybe your own understanding of the situation. So ask yourself, have you seen it before? What was similar or different than the last time? And what skills and knowledge did you have to deal with the situation or the experience? So reasoning, this is where you're going to really look at things in terms of what happened. And if relevant, you really want to bring in any theory or additional information that you can find on the particular matter. So you're going to explain and you're going to explore the situation and the experiences. So you may want to see what happened, why it happened, and why they're important. Why was all of this stuff important? And maybe even investigate a little bit about how that came into play. So ask your questions. What was the most important part or the most important aspect of the situation? Is there any kind of other theory out there that could help you to make sense of this situation? How do you feel about different perspectives? How does it affect the way that you understand the situation? And how would someone who is knowledgeable about these situations respond? So if you had an expert in this field, think about this. How would that person handle the same situation? Would they have responded the same or differently than you? So reconstructing, this is where you're going to reconstruct and rebuild so that if the same situation were to occur, you'd be able to approach it in a different way. So look at this by drawing conclusions. You're going to take all of the information that you've gathered in the 4 previous stages, and then you're going to pull that in and you're going to summarize it. You're going to develop an action plan. You're going to develop a deeper understanding, and you're going to develop a summary. And all of this put together then is going to contribute to that action plan so that you can learn how you can approach the same experience and build upon it, and you're going to make it better. This is where you also really want to pull in those experts and that theory that you were looking at prior. So ask yourself, what would I need to do differently in the future, and how would it work? Why would these different aspects work, and how are you going to make it work? Are there different opinions and options to approach things? And then you want to also find out, if you were to do something different, is there a theory or information provided by another expert that really supports these new actions? What changes can you make? And then the best question to ask of all is, what if? What if, fill in the blank, if you changed your ways, if you changed the way you approached it, what if? So this is just one model of reflection. So go test it out and see how it works for you as you move forward in your reflective practice.